I am EagleNick. And this evening I am right across from the Welcome to the City of Dalton, Georgia sign. Right across from the City of Dalton, Georgia sign, and we have a city police officer, car number 69. It is high traffic out here right now. There goes one of our corrupt mailmen going out here stealing people's mail. Postmaster Susie Rottencrotch here in Dalton. I might sue your ass for $1,000 for every day you hold up my Cash App card, Susie Rottencrotch. Just so you'll know, $1,000 for every day that you hold up my mail, Postmaster Susie Rottencrotch. I've played your damn games as long as I'm gonna play them. You played the game, now you're gonna pay the game. You got to pay to play with EagleNick. EagleNick audits. I am EagleNick. EagleNick audits. EagleNick audits. I am EagleNick, and we got people giving shout outs, and we got people cursing at me. Let them curse. This is EagleNick. Right across from the Dalton, Georgia side. Want to give everybody a warning. If you're coming to Georgia on vacation, you better watch your ass or you'll leave on probation. I'd like to wish and thank all of our veterans for their service and wish everyone a happy D-Day. D-Day on June the 6th, 1944 was the invasion when our soldiers stormed the beach of Normandy. Gold Beach. Omaha Beach and all the other ones. I don't remember all their names. But today, Germans. Our country has been at war with the Germans in the First World War and the Second World War. I do not think our next World War will be with just Germany. Just think, the old World Wars were fought with planes and tanks. Now they'll be able to use nuclear weapons against us. They'll be able to blow our shit away from wherever they're sitting. They'll be able to use them drones like they used in 9/11 to fly into the trade centers to create a false flag to where they passed the EagleNick audits. I am EagleNick and we are live. But they used 9/11 as a false flag for them to pass that Patriot Act where President George Bush and Dick Cheney, the vice president, suspended habeas corpus. That is your right to a speedy and fair trial. And as far as I know, I don't know that it was ever reinstated. That means that they can arrest you and never even have to take you to court. Used to, habeas corpus, they have 72 hours to charge you or they must turn you loose. But like I said, President George Bush and Vice President Dick Cheney suspended habeas corpus so that they could get the Patriot Act passed, so they could slowly chip away at we the people's constitutional rights. Our government has been passing laws for far too long that is taking away the rights of the American people. It is time we the people stand up for our rights. Stand up against our corrupt government officials stand up against people like the corrupt police chief of Dalton, Georgia, who told EagleNick that he was trespassed from the Dalton Police Service Center for slandering a police officer. Slander is libel or tort, which is a civil matter. It is not criminal. Police Chief Casey, you might need to learn the difference between civil and criminal. EagleNick audits. We are live, EagleNick. You see how high this traffic is here. Now you see another one of our corrupt mail carriers who works for Postmaster Susie Rottencrotch downtown, who is stealing mail, stealing packages, and who has been holding up EagleNick Audit's Cash App card for coming up on 50 days. EagleNick is planning on suing Postmaster Susie Rottencrotch for $1,000 for every day she holds up my mail. I told you I would hold you accountable, and that has not changed. You having feelings enforced and have me arrested did not change that fact, Miss Susie Rottencrotch. You don't like me calling you Susie Rottencrotch? You should have identified yourself and not been such a bitch. Act like a dumb bitch, you'll get treated like one. The EagleNick is tired of the bullshit. I've told y'all I give the same respect I'm given. EagleNick has not been given no respect. You want to treat EagleNick this way, then EagleNick's going to bring it back to you. EagleNick don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't see it. I don't beg. I don't roll over, and I do not play dead. EagleNick records what he sees. I am not Stephen King, and you are not puppets as far as I know to me. You might be a puppet to the government, but I don't pull your strings. All EagleNick does is record you. How you act is on you. EagleNick don't care about your butt hurt feelings. If your butt is still hurt, go buy you a tube of Preparation H and some Vaseline, and you know what to do with it. Grab your popcorn. It's EagleNick Audits. I am EagleNick. And you will see we have high traffic. Lieutenant Locke with the Dalton Police Department bragged when he was arresting me how you kept saying in your videos that the Dalton Police Department officers was not deputized, proving that it was a retaliatory tactic when they arrested EagleNick, because EagleNick never said a thing about the police department not being deputized in any of his videos at the post office that they say is the reason I was arrested. Is it ironic or just coincidence that EagleNick Audits had did a 20-something minute live stream at the Dalton Police Service Center and did a video at the fire department before EagleNick recorded a 2-minute and 47-second video in the evening, not a soul there the whole time, even after I left, but EagleNick was causing the disturbance. How is EagleNick causing the disturbance with no one there? Because it stirred their buttholes and their feelings when they watched that video and seen that EagleNick was still calling them out for their dirty, corrupt actions. But I called out all the Dalton Police Department. I called out the police chief. I called out Lieutenant Bishop. The only two police officers that I've ran into that I consider worth half a rat's ass is Corporal Shoop or Shope, however it's pronounced, and Officer Andrews. I mean, not Andrews, Officer Cruz. Officer Andrews was a yes boy, a mama's boy, and Lieutenant Bishop was his mama. When I asked him his name and badge number, he pointed over at Lieutenant Bishop before he would answer me, like he was trying to get his permission to identify himself. And then Lieutenant Bishop tried to get me to identify myself when he kept going on about I was trespassed. I asked if they're not supposed to be issued a trespass with your name on that trespass to be trespassed. You cannot be verbally trespassed, especially when he didn't know my name. He never said my name because he didn't know it. They only obtained EagleNick's name through his open records request and his YouTube channel, and then they got some stupid ass judge to not know what was going on and give them a trespass warrant. EagleNick audits got them to issue a trespass warrant or whatever it was that I never saw. I never saw a trespass warrant. They kept me in jail, had it where I couldn't even make a $50 cash bond because I could not get through to nobody with my inmate name and number. The bondsmans here in Whitfield County, Dalton, Georgia, would not accept EagleNick's call. The first bondsman, when I told him my name, he told me that I'm not in the office. Call Huckabee, and he hung up on me. And then when I tried to call Huckabee, the call to the first bondsman was my free call. I had to call Huckabee Bond and Collect using my name, and they never would answer the phone. So I'd like to thank you for nothing, Huckabee Bonding. You damn bonding companies need to start working for the people and not for the police. I know y'all are getting kickbacks and giving them kickbacks. It's time for the voters to stand up and change all this bullshit that all these corrupt government officials is running on we the people. They are violating our rights. They are stealing from us. They are sending our tax money into their own pockets. They are sending money to Ukraine. Isn't that not ironic and a coincidence that they're sending money to Ukraine when Joe Biden bragged about, he told the president of Ukraine if they didn't fire that special prosecutor that was investigating his son when he was the vice president, that they wasn't getting that $1 billion loan. And he said, I quote, and they fired his fucking ass, something to that effect, before he left. Said he'd be leaving in 6 hours. EagleNick audits. And yes, they fired that prosecutor. It's ironic that they say Donald Trump was trying to pressure Ukraine. But guess what, Democrats? Stop being so damn dirty and corrupt. The people have a right to know about your corruption, how dirty and evil and corrupt that y'all actually are. It is time for more people to take up their camera and start recording. EagleNick is asking everybody, stand up for your rights or you won't have them. No, I'm not a Fed smoker. This is EagleNick Audits. I've not had any feds in front of me to smoke yet. No, this is not Spread EagleNick. This is just EagleNick Audits. They didn't make me go spread eagle, they just handcuffed me. But it's time we stand up for our rights and quit letting them violate our rights. This car right here that just pulled up, I ain't even gonna put them on camera. They rolled up their windows like they didn't want to be recorded. But I wasn't trying to record them anyway. I'm just trying to warn everybody, if you come to Georgia for a vacation, more than likely you'll leave on probation. You better bring a lot of cash, because you will end up in jail if they have their way. This here is 52. This is what Jerry Reed sang about when he said, eastbound and down. EagleNick audits. I am EagleNick, and I'd like for everybody, if you would, to please subscribe to my other YouTube channel at EagleNick Audits 1967. EagleNick's Picks. I am EagleNick. You have a blessed day. And all of you swine-kind public service, if you do not like EagleNick, EagleNick says kick the bricks. I am EagleNick, and I'm out.